Hello, good morning, students. Let us see capacitors in parallel. That is, we have to discuss this article in our today's videos. In our previous video, we have seen what that is the series grouping. Means if the capacitors are connected in series, then how we can calculate a single capacitor. That is called as equivalent capacitance. So equivalent capacitance for series combination, it is represented by CS. We have already seen that is CS. So this is equivalent capacitance for series combination is exactly equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 up to 1 by Cn. So this one is the formula to calculate equivalent capacitance, and I told you already CS is nothing but just it is a product C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. If two capacitors are there, then we can easily find out the equivalent capacitance for the series combination by using these concepts, that is C1 into C2 upon C1 plus C2. So you should remember numerator there is a product of capacitors, and a denominator there is summation. Okay, so I told you all of these things. Today we are going to discuss about if a number of capacitors are connected in parallel. So see here, so three capacitors are here, that is C1 C2 C3. They are connected parallel to each other, and if the condensers are parallel to each other, then all these condenser have only one potential difference. It means that this V is the potential difference. It is the same for C1 C2 C3 also. Means whatever may be the potential difference across these three capacitors, it is same. So parallel grouping, or we can say capacitors in parallel, here potential difference, that is V stands for what? Potential difference is same across each capacitor, So this one is the most important, and you should be memorize this, that is potential difference is same across each capacitor. Means whatever may be the capacitors are there, C1 C2 C3 C4 up to Cn, so its potential difference must be same, that is V is the potential difference. But if you concentrate at this diagram, then see here C1, that is the capacitor having two terminals, that is plus Q1 minus Q1, C2 plus Q2 minus Q2, for C3 plus Q3 minus Q3. Means each capacitors, it has different charges. See here, Q means what? Charge. So C1 has Q1 charge, C2 has Q2 charge, C3 has Q3 charge. Means number of charges are different. So charge on each capacitor, it is quite different from other. Okay, so you just think, you just remember one thing is here, that is potential difference is the same, but charge is different. Okay, but charge is different. So similarly we have to prove here what is the equivalent capacitance of parallel combinations. If capacitors they have parallel combinations, then what will be the value of capacitance? That is which capacitance? Equivalent capacitance. Okay, so this diagram we can draw like this also, that is instead of these three capacitors C1, C2, C3, we can use single capacitor, that is CP. CP stands for what? Parallel capacitors. Okay, that is equivalent capacitance for for parallel combinations. So whatever maybe these three capacitors are here, C1, C2, C3, so instead of this only you can apply one single capacitor, that is CP. So this diagram is equivalent to this diagram. It means both diagrams are quite same, and these equivalent capacitance, across this equivalent capacitance for parallel capacitors, potential difference is there, that is V, having two terminal, that is positive and negative. Okay, so see here. So to calculate total charge, means how many total charge are there, so let us discuss about the proof of this, that is the proof of capacitors in parallel. So we can write here proof. So for total charge, total charge, that is Q, the addition of Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Okay, so addition of this Q1, Q2 and Q3, if we add them, then we get total charge. So we can write Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, that is the equation number 1. But what is the difference between Q and potential difference? Charge and potential difference, how we can correlate? See here, suppose this one is the conductor, and as before I told you, if we are increasing number of charges, if we keep here one charge, then second charge, then third charge, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 10, up to n number. So we are increasing number of number of charges. So when you increases number of charges, then potential difference also increases. So the relations between them is, that is a initial article for capacitance. I told you that concepts, that is Q is, we know, that is Q is directly proportional to V, so therefore we can write Q is equal to CV. C, that is constant of proportionality, which we called capacitance. Obviously correct. Now see, this one is the second equation. So to calculate Q, we must know C and V. So V is constant for each capacitor, C1, C2, C3, because for C1 V is there, C2 V is there, C3 V is there. Means for C1, C2, C3, V is common. So for Q1, similarly we can write Q1 is exactly equal to C1 into V. V is common, you should remember it. For Q2, C2V, for Q3, C3V. Okay. So if we put in equation 1, so this equation becomes like this. So from equation 1 we can write, that is Q is equal to, instead of this Q1 we should write C1 into V plus C2 into V plus C3 into V. So V is common here, remaining term C1, C2 plus C3, that is Q is equal to. Now see, we get what we get here, that is Q is equal to C into C1 plus C2 plus C3. So we can write Q by V is exactly equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. C1 plus C2 plus C3. So this Q by V stands for what? This Q by V stands for what? See here, that is Q by V. So Q by V is nothing but just it is a capacitance, that is the value of C. So C is exactly equal to Q upon potential difference. So we can write here, but Q by V stands for C, and all these capacitors they are in parallel, so we get here equivalent capacitor. So we can represent C suffix P, that is Cp, for where Cp equivalent capacitance for parallel combination, so that is for Cp, means having single capacitor. So this article is very simple, and you must differentiate between series grouping and parallel grouping, because MCQs depends on series grouping as well as on parallel grouping. So series grouping means what? Capacitors in series, and parallel grouping means what? Capacitors in parallel. So here for Cp is equal to, how we can write Cp? Cp is nothing but just the addition of C1 plus C2 plus C3. So this one is the equation 3rd. Now you can keep in your mind, that is two formulas. Which are they? So first formula is for CS, equivalent capacitance for series combination. It is C1 into C2 upon C1 plus C2 if two capacitors are there. Then if three capacitors are there, then the equivalent capacitance for parallel combinations is exactly equal to addition of C1 plus C2 plus C3. So these two formulas are very important because applications depends on these concepts. Okay, so you should clear these concepts. So in this case, capacitors either in series or in parallel. See, if they are in series, then charges is same, but if they are in parallel, then charges is different. So this one is the difference between series combination and grouping combination, or we can say series combination and parallel combinations. See, charge is same. In series combination, charge is same, but potential difference is different in series combination, and in parallel combination, charge is different, but potential difference is same. So those students, if they can clear these concepts related to parallel grouping and series grouping, they can easily solve the problems depending on the equivalent capacitance, because they know equivalent capacitance for series combination just C1 into C2 into C3, like this. If three capacitors are there, so C1 into C2 upon C1 plus C2, just product upon summation. And equivalent capacitors for parallel combination, C1 plus C2 plus C3. So these two concepts, or we can take two formulas, we have to remember for solving the applications, or we can say MCQs. Okay, so in our next videos we will discuss about the various applications depending on series grouping and parallel grouping. Okay, so till then, thank you.